Keeping It Real with Rudi Lickwood, the topical interactive chat show where you may end up being one of the guests, with special guests and you, the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hotspot. Don't forget, Keeping It Real with Rudi Lickwood. This is an 18 certificate only.
Ooh, how you doing? Welcome to Keep It Real. Another Monday evening with me and a couple of my guests. I see it's nice to see that there's people in the room. That means that people have got the link. Oh my God, I'm off to a good start. I am so pleased. Good evening, Denise. Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Walsh. Good evening, Geezer, as he says. Good evening, Geezer. You're right, my friends. Are you all right? Yes, it's another time for me to now talk to you guys. Do you know what I mean? Talk to the people who give me a hard time when I do Rudi rants in the morning. Talk to the people who actually encourage me to do well, which is what I really like, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't really offer or push other people forward. Normally they like to stand on their head. You know what I mean? Either that or take their job. And that ain't good. That ain't good for no one. Sharon has just walked into the room. How you doing, Sharon? You good, girl? Nice to see ya. Very nice. Tina. Oh my God. What have we done? What have we done, right? To have Tina in the room. Something special must have gone. Something special must be happening for Tina to be in the room. Who else have we got in the room here? Good evening, Rudi, and the lovely people. Tune in. Juicy Julie, chocolates in the room as well. Okay. Nice to see. We got a healthy room. We've got a healthy room to begin with, which is great. Oh my God, you're not gonna believe what's just no. I'm not even gonna tell ya. Right? Hopefully they'll work out what they need to do. Yeah. But this time, all my guests over the past couple of weeks have been females. Oh my God, you weren't meant to see. Yeah. He actually popped out. He fell out. I think his connection must have gone or something, and then he just popped back in. But it's okay. Okay. As I was about to say, yeah, all of my guests have been predominantly females, and this time I've managed to snag somebody from. We call them they're called the Rants and Bants crew. That's what they call themselves this morning. So I managed to get old. I know that was a definite oops, April. That was a definite oops. Yeah. So I've managed to snag a man this time. I know you lot briefly saw him, but you know how I like to introduce people before I actually introduce them. So let's have a look at this brother here now, as I introduce you to my first guest. Here he is, Trevor. How you doing, Trev?
Good evening. I'm doing very well, Rudi.
God, man, you got a deep voice.
Good evening, all.
Come on, people, say good evening to him. Do you know what I mean? Let him at least see one or two comments. He deserves to see one of those. Look at them; they're just talking to each other. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's what.
You see how the private conversations go on in here. You see it now, Trevor, innit? Good evening, Jules, Sharon, Denise, Avery. Look at them just talking to each other. Look at them. They're just talking to each other. Good evening, Jenny, Shani. Evening, lovely. Evening. Look at this. Look. Good looking dude from the Rants and Bants crew, Trevor. Now, come on. Let's keep it real. Yeah. Did you just now say good looking dude? Did you really say that? Tell me that you didn't really say that.
Jules. Thank you, Jules, baby.
About thank you, Jules, baby. Yeah, yeah. You want to see the sort of the sort of encouragement that I saw that you were getting when they heard that you were actually going to be coming into the room. I couldn't believe the sort of memes that that was flying around. Hold on. I've got to find this.
Why did you find it so hard to believe?
You can't blame me. You can't blame me. I mean, this was actually sent to you. That was actually sent to you. It was like, oh my god. Let's. Oh my god. They were so worried. They sent you. You know, I mean, a little good luck charm. I think that. I believe that was coming from Alison. I think it was Alison who actually sent you that.
Oh,
there you go. Good evening, Trevor, coming from Denise.
Good evening, Denise.
You've still got a few more, my friend.
Good evening, Avro.
You still got a few more.
Bro.
Oh, dear. Lovely collage, Trevor. They liked your collage. That was really nice. That was very nice. See, so I did a good collage for you, mate. I did well by you. I did well by you.
And so you should. And so you should.
Yeah, but my how you've grown, eh? Look how you've grown. God. Look how you've grown. Who would have thought that you would have been?
That was about 2-3 years old. That was.
That was about 2-3 years ago. Yeah.
Indeed. Who would have thought?
I know, and since then, I must have. Since then, it looks as though you've put on a bit of. Yeah, since then it looks as though you've put on a bit of weight, though, isn't it? Really. Yeah.
Well, yes.
It looks like you've put on a bit of weight, isn't it?
Too much, just a little bit. That's my puppy fat.
Is that your puppy fat? Is that what you call it? So then, what are you doing here? What are you doing? What the hell is going on here? Tell me something. What's going on here? What's that?
That's right.
Is this how you get rid of your puppy fat?
Well,
you rig yourself up to a machine. Only a minute ago, you told me that you.
That was actually that was a little heart scare.
Are you for real? That was a little heart scare.
I was at work. I was at work one day.
Yeah.
And I'd just done a little job for somebody, and then all of a sudden I just started not feeling well, started sweating, couldn't breathe properly. And then someone came in, called for the first aiders. They came straight in, had a look at me and said, no, we're going to call the ambulance. And just so luckily enough for me, there was a quick response on the next road to where I was working. So within 5 minutes, a guy on a motorbike turned up and stuck that on me. Then the car quick response turned up, and then 13 minutes later, the ambulance turned up and carted me off to hospital, mate.
Bloody hell! That must have been scary.
But they said they couldn't find nothing wrong.
So
it was.
It must be just in your head then.
It was.
I can't believe this. I thought, look at that. I feel who picked me that. I feel who picked me that. Eh?
Don't worry, Jules. For who's picked me, they're still glad I'm still around, darling.
Well, he's ballooned. All I can say, Chocolate, is that he's ballooned. He's ballooned. And Denise is saying, and they call it puppy love. In other words, puppy fat. They're not easy. You got to watch how them lot chat, you know. Imagine that just a minute ago, you're telling them, say you had a little heart attack. But I'll be honest.
That's right.
Your messages are flying through pretty quickly, actually, to be honest with you, Trev. They must like you. Blessings. Keep it moving. Strength. That's Jules. Shugs. Shugs is in the room. Midday, Rudi and peeps. Evening all.
Hey, hi Shugs, how you doing?
That's Face the Shugs. That's who that is. That's how you do it. So tell us now, because you're actually an engineer, aren't you? You're actually an engineer. That's what you actually do,
Yes.
isn't it?
By trade, yes, that's what I do. I'm a mechanical engineer. Have been for 41 years. And
the thing
love
is,
it.
because when you told me that you're actually on Waxlow Road, right?
Used to be
on Waxlow Road. And anybody who knows Waxlow Road down in Park Royal knows that is synonymous with the likes of Heinz. It's synonymous with the likes of McVitie's. It's synonymous with the likes of Guinness. Yes. And seeing as you're a man of my age, I would say my age group. Yeah. Because if you've been working around there for over like 40 years, that means you must have been involved in the swapsies. That used to take place.
I'm not at McVitie's at the moment. I left McVitie's in 1996 after spending 16 years there. Yes, I was part of that swapsies thing.
Yeah,
Heinz was down the road. They used to come up at lunchtime, come and swap with biscuits, and we take their spaghettis and beans. And yeah, man, those were good days, man. Those were good days.
Yeah, but did you ever have problems with the Heinz? Because when it came to Heinz, right, you had to work stuff out by the code because you weren't getting labels.
Yeah,
you weren't getting labels. Do you remember what? Do you remember what BV stood for?
BV.
Yes, BV. What was BV? Because BV on the tin stood for something.
BV. Oh no, unless that was big vegetable soup or something.
No. BV was baked beans.
BB. Yeah, baked beans.
No, it was BV.
BV.
It was BV because they used to stamp it on the top of the tins, right?
On the top of the tins, yes.
Yeah, on the top of the tins, they used to stamp it on the top of the tins, and it was like BV was baked beans.
And the S was for spaghetti.
That's right. S was spaghetti, and NO was spaghetti bolognese. Yeah, and if you fucked up the codes, you could end up with custard. Yeah. Custard and some other mix-up things. But the thing is, I remember with Heinz though, was that no, with McVitie's, you lot used to just give us mash-up biscuits, man. The biscuits that you lot used to give us were crap.
Well, you see, that's the joys of actually working in the factory, so you get the best of the best.
No, man, you lot never used to swap the best of the best though.
And I tell you, cheap as well, you know, Rudy. We used to get what they used to do, they used to hand out tickets like every month. And you get a bag of biscuits, and you'd have chocolate digestive, rich tea, ginger nuts, digestives, all for 25 pence.
I hear that, bruv. I hear that.
All for 25 pence, man.
Because I used to like swapping with, because my mum used to work at Heinz, you see. So I used to go to Walls to get the where we used to, that's where we used to get our meat and stuff like that from Walls. Yeah. And do you remember Schweppes used to be around there as well? Yeah, and we used to go to Schweppes, and we used to get the small little tins of Coke, tins of lemonade, and all that kind of stuff. Do you remember the BV though, Denise? Do you remember it? I don't know if anybody else remembers it.
Yeah, they'd only know them codes if they were working and getting them tins without labels.
No, but I know that the black community used to do a lot of swaps around then. I think it was rife. Especially if you lived in Harlesden, I know that it was rife.
Listen, I know people that was at McVitie's back in the day was supplying the shops in Harlesden.
No, I didn't know. But then,
like I say, days, man.
Because I mean, I work.
That's right.
I work no hustler. I work no hustler. Kaz is in the room. Evening. What lasts long?
Evening, Kaz.
Sun lick me out, evening hour. So what? That means that because Kaz went to Turkey, innit?
Okay. Lovely place. I love it there, man. Love it. Yeah.
Shugs is saying that before the English knew money. Yeah, that's when people used to barter though, innit?
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah.
I tell you, at McVitie's them days, you could get absolutely anything you want.
But did you not have used to have the decent parties though? Did you not hold proper parties?
Out of McVitie's somewhere. Yes. Rudy, I've played at a couple of them parties.
Is it? Oh, scene. Oh, scene. Yeah, because
yeah,
that is something that's something about you that a lot of people might not have known, because you used to DJ, innit? Used to play music.
yeah. Well, I still do every now and again. Yes.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
sound.
well,
What sound were you? What sound were you in actually? What was the sound? Your sound?
Well, my very first sound when I started playing was a sound called Crystal Black.
Does anybody in the room remember Crystal Black?
They were from
Anybody in the room?
Monks Park.
You was Monks Park side. Okay, because you used to have like Love Injection. Yeah, I know that man where I'm with females in the room remember Love Injection. You used to have Lars Coos sound.
Yeah, Lars Coos. That's Mikey Coos' dad's sound from Harlesden.
Because remember them lot used to play in the Roxy, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to go Roxy on a regular. Roxy used to be like, you know what I mean? That's where you go weekend. Did you ever go Burton's though?
I went Burton's once.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
But like my older brothers and them used to go down there.
Yeah, because the thing is, when it comes to you and your massive, should I say, massive family.
That's just some of the girls.
That is just the girls, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. And so that's mum and dad in the middle there?
That's mum and dad, yep.
Okay. Wow.
That's mum and dad. And my one sister in the blue dress.
On the far right, is that on the far?
On the far right, that's my one sister.
Okay.
And then the rest are nieces and nephews, nieces, grandchildren, great grandchildren for mum and dad.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's quite a healthy. But this is the actual nucleus, yeah?
Yeah. That's my mom, dad, sister, two of my brothers and myself.
Because the thing is that what I very quickly recognized, right, is that you're the baby, innit?
No.
You come in like the baby, man. You do. I mean, look at you, holding mommy and daddy's hand. And mommy and daddy, mommy and daddy, mommy and daddy's hand. Look at that. Yeah.
Well, of course. I'm not the last one.
Okay.
I'm the second to last one. But yeah, I'm spoiled.
Because that's exactly what. When I saw this photo, I said, "Hold on a minute. He still remembers when he was 7 years old." Do you know what I mean? Yes. And it's like,
oh yeah. You see, but my older brother now, he will tell you that.
Okay, it's cutting in and out at the moment. Hold on. Wait up. Wait, hold on. Can you hear me okay? Because you've actually disappeared. You've actually disappeared. I can't hear you.
Can
you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, good. Because for a while there, it was like I kind of like lost you.
Right.
But now we're back in the room, which is cool. Because I heard you mentioned that your brother brought you up. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, he'll say so. Yes. He took me everywhere, man. I tell you, he took me everywhere, man. He took me everywhere with him. You know, helped to bring me up because mum and dad was at work all the time, and then it was just the brothers and my sister inside the house. So we just looked out for each other, man.
Yeah, because you're very. I must admit that. I mean, looking at the size of your family, there, you're very, very family orientated. Especially like when we talk in the mornings and stuff like that. You always reference your dad. Yeah. Or you reference that it's something that your mum said or something that your dad said. Yeah. You know,
I tell you, Rudy, it's an absolute joy speaking to my mum and dad because of the history that it can give. Because I mean, my dad's 94, my mum's 85. You know,
your dad is 94.
94.
Shut up, man.
Yeah.
He looks really healthy for 94. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not saying that.
Back in Jamaica, absolutely. Yeah, he does.
Hmm.
Even the doctors, when he goes through his checkups. When he goes through his checkups at the doctors tell him he's a lot younger than he looks.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean, without a shadow, to be 94 and to be looking like that, you know, I know man who is like my age, yeah, and look older than your dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my dad's one strong old man. He's well strong. So, I mean, I'll give you a joke, Rudy. Right? I'll give you a quick joke, right? With my dad. One day I was sparring with him, right? Just dancing around, you know. I'm jabbing him, and he's just standing there looking at me. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, he just give me a right hook on the knee. In my rib.
Yeah, because it was sorry, I couldn't hear it properly because it was cutting in and out.
Yeah. I'm just saying he's a strong old man, my dad.
I can see that. So your thing is your thing once you're away from work is all about it's sport, isn't it? It's sport. Yeah. That is your thing. I mean, that was from what? Way back in the day, that was from school, isn't it? From school.
That's from even before school. I was playing football from I was 8 years old, Rudy.
Okay.
You know, right the way through all of the schools, played football, basketball. Like we was talking in the other day, my school was South East England champions. So you're all looking at a South East England champion school, yeah?
Look at him bragging.
Of course. You know,
bragging.
Yeah.
Because when I saw this little picture come up, and I was thinking to myself, so he's been playing for quite a while.
Yeah. So and I tell you something, that fee in Middlesex, Smith, and that school team went through the whole season without losing or drawing a game. We won every single match we played in.
Raw. So I guess that's
and actually got we actually got invited down to Queen's Park Rangers to watch them play one night because of that.
Serious? Because of that, how well you guys were playing? So then how did the coaching come in? How did that come about?
Well, the coaching came about because I had to stop playing football because of injuries.
Okay.
You know, and I was on holiday in America. I came back, and the team I was playing for, they didn't have a manager or a coach to run their second team. So I decided, I'll take it over. This was up in Chalk Hill at Poplar Grove.
Okay.
So I took over their second team, and within a year, I won the league, got to the Middlesex Cup final, and then the following season, got to another cup final and come runners up in the league. So that was it.
Whoa. Yeah. So what, you actually started out as a manager. So then how does Wembley come into it then?
Well, again, while I
come into it, how did they
while I was doing my managing up at Poplar Grove in Chalk Hill, I was talking to Trevor T, who started AFC Wembley, and he asked me if I could come down and have a look and see if I'd be interested in coaching some of the kids.
Okay.
Because he heard good things about me up at Chalk Hill.
Okay.
So I went down. At that time, they were at Wembley Football Club in Vale Farm.
Yes. I know it very well.
So they were running the youth setup for Wembley Football Club. So I went up there, ended up picking up their under 15s B team, and took it over there from then. And then Trevor decided he wasn't getting any help from Wembley, so went off and started up AFC Wembley.
Because what I like about the ethos of you guys is these key areas here: the person, the mindset, and then the football. It's footballer. The football is the third thing that is of importance to you guys. It's not the football is good. Don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but it seems as though
you got to produce. Yeah, you got to produce that person first.
Okay. So it's not just a
Yeah.
case of you then just being a coach. Then it's you automatically become a mentor.
Well, I don't
respect.
even. Well, yes, to a certain degree, I class it as that. But I look at all of them boys at our football club as if it was my son.
Okay.
So I deal with them accordingly because everybody's going to be different. You know,
Okay.
so some of them you got to deal with in different ways. You know,
Right.
so for me, it's a mentoring thing, but I want to look at it like a parenting thing.
Okay, which is good because the thing is that when I was actually scrolling through everything because I literally went through this website and
Sorry.
and on going through the
Sorry, I just
website.
seen Jules' comment.
Yeah,
it's gonna cost you a $5 though, Jules.
Really? on scrolling through, yeah, I noticed that I looked at all the coaches and you're not there. You're not there. Tell me something. You ain't there, bruv. Do you just turn up? Is that what you do? Do you just?
I cut in the background. The sort of things I like to do, right? I like to just go down, give my advice to even some of the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make sure the kids are on the right paths and there, so we can get, people can come and get tea and coffees in the morning. You know, but I'm also going to be starting up our first team again because we used to have a first team.
Okay.
So so I'm going to get busy again over the next few months.
Yeah, because so you're the guy who just makes sure that everything happens. Yeah, that's the sort of role that I like playing in things. You know, I mean, it's not the sort of job that people. It's like you don't have to necessarily be the guy at the forefront all the time. Sometimes, you can step back. You know what I mean? And make sure that everything's in place, everything happens, and
because there's a lot of things that some of the coaches miss because a lot of them are quite young.
Okay.
So so what I do, I go along and try to not make them make that mistake before it
happens. Okay. Well, someone's got to oversee what's going on anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone's got to oversee what's going on.
Yeah. So
that's excellent, man. I mean, I just personally would like to big you up for that because I know that it's helped out a lot of parents and the fact that they know that they can bring their kids down there on a Saturday. Do you know what I mean? And also the fact that they know that it's you're genuinely interested in the kids themselves. Do you know what I mean? But my thing is like who takes care of you? Who takes care of Trevor? Where's Trevor's other half? That's what I want. That's what I want. I'm getting yours in our car. I was thinking, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what, Trev? Because you're not married, are you? You're not married.
No. I'm not married.
Yeah.
Never been married. Right now, I'm single. Did have somebody. Yeah, I did have somebody in my life.
Trust me, all the ladies in the room, right? There's a reason why this is single. If you go on his page, and you see some of the stuff that he's got on there, you think to yourself, nah. I mean, here's some of the stand-up, right, that he's got from Corey Holcomb on there.
Fellas, if you got money, you can get women, okay? Now, if you got a lot of money, you can get some of the finest women in the world. So with that being said, I want you to know the way your woman look represents your income. So I'm saying you ain't got to explain nothing to me. I see this recession and hit a couple of y'all upside the head. Well, that marriage is a hard hustle. Hard hustle. Takes all the honesty out of the relationships. I look at the audience right now and I see you fellas. I see the misery in your eyes. She found out about the comedy festival, you know, that's why you got her with you.
Trevor, man. Oh, he's popped out. He's popped out. Oh my God. But my thing is, right, ladies and gentlemen, is that when I popped onto his page and I said to myself, if he's dating someone, right, and they get a chance to go and have a quick look at his page, they'll be like, hold on a minute. This guy is something, he's a nice guy up front, but his comedy is something else. Do you know what I mean? Well, that's Trevor for you. That is Trevor for you. That is Trevor for you, man. But some of the things are coming. Has anybody got a quick question they'd like to ask Trevor? Because I'm going to have to soon terminate our conversation. It's amazing how time flies. Trust me on that one. Yeah, it really is. They're saying to here, Trevor is a great mentor and role model. My son adores him. Enough respect.
Hey, Pat. Hey, Pat. Love him too, man. Love him too. I tell you something. You see that last comment there from Patricia? Mm-hmm. Right. A good friend of hers, well, a good friend of ours passed away a couple of years ago, and it was her son's godmother. And that boy broke down in church, walked out the church. Nobody could console him.
Right.
And I just happened and being very upset.
Oh gosh.
And ever since then, he's been my little man. He's doing great work. So enough respect, Kai. Biggie up, son. Yeah. I'm still here if you need me, mate.
So it looks like Jules has been watching some of Corey as well. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people in there with some sick sense of humor. You know what I mean? Then Namas, I bet you have Julie. Has anybody got any questions they'd like to ask Trevor? Any questions at all?
Love you too, Pat.
Yeah. It's times like them I send out plenty of love for you, man. Plenty of love is coming your way, bro. But but as time is short, and I can see that DJ Elayne has turned, she's sitting down there waiting in the green room there. What we'll do is we'll just go for a little quick break. All right. And I'll be straight back. And please don't go, Trev. I'd like you to join in the conversation that I'm gonna have with DJ Elayne, okay?
I'm here, man. I'm good.
I'm Sean Wallace. I'm a barrister, mastermind champion, and the Dark Destroyer on the chase. I'm making this video in support of a wonderful campaign to raise awareness so far as prostate cancer is concerned. It's called Play Domino, Talk Prostate Cancer, run by the fantastic Pamela Morris Campbell, who set up this campaign to raise awareness in relation to the fact that 1 in 4 of black men of my age, I'm now 60, could suffer from prostate cancer. And it is a preventable disease. So it's important that we, at our age we're at now, go and have ourselves checked. I last had myself checked 2 years ago, and I was in the all clear, but I'm not taking that for granted, and I'm going to have myself checked very, very soon. Because it is a preventable disease, and it can only be prevented if we take proper precautions and have proper awareness in relation to the fact that we shouldn't be frightened in relation to having ourselves checked. And that's one of the big problems we as black men face in relation to going to a doctor. Please, please, please support this particular campaign, and please, please, please make sure you're aware that prostate cancer is a killer, but it is a preventable disease.
Yeah, that was a Dark Destroyer just letting us know. Men out there suffering with prostate cancer. So ladies, please get your hands out and feel around, you know? Sometimes there's more than you can do than just tickle them. Do you know what I mean? But encourage your man, seriously though, on a serious note, encourage your man to go and get checked, especially once you get over the age of like 40. You know, it's important that we do that. Who's Corey? Corey's a stand-up comedian, by the way, Denise. He came over to the UK. He worked our circuit. All right. Very, 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 very funny guy. He talks about relationships all the time, and I think that's why Trevor's single. Trevor, I listen to what's the Corey. Right. So what happened to your friend Countryman? How could you be talking to me about Countryman? This ain't got nothing to do with Countryman, right? This is about me interviewing people that I like, people that I've met, people who have helped me along my way. And my next guest was actually the person who actually introduced me to the British TV viewers, believe it or not. She messed up my name when she she messed up quite a bit actually when she initially introduced me. But allow me to introduce her like this. Hello, Elayne.
You're funny.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try, girl. I really do try. I really do try.
Those photographs, oh my days. I'm like,
I know. You know, the biggest trouble I had when it came to your photographs was trying to find a photograph with just you in it.
Oh, really?
Everybody, yeah, because everybody wants to take pictures with you. Everybody wants to take pictures with you.
I don't know about that, but
no, when I was going through your photos, it was like I was like, wait, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can find one of her by. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can find one of her by herself. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
You know? But you've always,
oh my God,
you've always been photogenic, though, haven't you?
I think that, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So if you find me so, then thank you very much for the compliment.
Oh no. I think it is. I think it's a fair statement to actually make that. The camera likes you.
Oh, thank you.
The camera likes you without a doubt. But it was interesting talking to you when I was talking to you about doing this interview that you don't actually see yourself as a pioneer. Do you?
Pioneer of what?
Well, this is it. Elayne, you have done media, you have done entertainment, you have done DJing. Do you know what I mean? You've done so much. Yeah. The only person who was on radio when I was listening to radio, especially when it came to pirate radio and stuff like that, was Miss P.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The Velvet Voice. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, and a lot of people don't know, which would be interesting if you was to tell them that you were actually in a band before you started DJing.
Yes, I was in a girl group called Four Seasons. I played the drums. We played rock and roll music, and we travelled Europe and Scandinavia. Yeah, this was, 17, 18. Yeah.
Because I would never have thought that that was something that you actually did. It was a big shock to me to find out that you can actually play an instrument. And how did that come about? Was that something that you always wanted to do, or?
No, not at all. I was on this modelling agency. And,
here we go. I told you she was photogenic.
Yeah, well, I think every little girl wanted to be a model, and I went through that phase, got signed to a modelling agency and got called in to audition for this girl group that they were putting together, and got made the promise of travelling, and I thought, well, why not? So they asked which instrument I'd like to learn, because they was teaching us all, and I said the drums. So they put me in this back room for about 20 minutes, showed me this beat that was tantamount to tapping your head and
Rubbing your belly.
rubbing your belly. So you had to
Right.
keep all the limbs of your body separately because every limb was playing something different. So your left foot was playing something different to your right foot, and as the same with your left and your right hand. And they said to me that if you can get this beat within 20 minutes, which technically will just naturally separate your limbs. And at first, I was getting so upset because I was so determined to do it. But I was upset because it felt like I couldn't do it. And then after repetition, it might have been, if it was 25 minutes, it might have been in the 20th minute. I don't know. I suddenly got it. Oh,
Okay.
you got
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
you look at you. So I suddenly got it, and when they came in, I was playing the beat, and they said, "Yep, you're in." So 4 of us went off playing rock and roll music around Scandinavia and Europe. Yeah,
And that was at the
fantastic.
and that was at the age of 17.
17, 18, yeah, around about those ages. Yeah.
Whoa. So was you always one up for the old travel?
Always wanted to travel. Always wanted to travel. When I was at school, um, I wanted to travel so much that I was prepared to learn languages and just be the secretary to some boss, of some company and be his PA, which is, whenever I say that, I find it so hard to believe when I'm not the person to tell what to do or to take orders or anything like that. So to actually think that the only way that I was going to travel was to be the PA to some boss, it seems like a mad thought. But when you think about it, I was just laterally thinking, I want to travel. How am I going to get to do that? Music was the furthest thing from my mind.
Okay.
Getting on stage to host, furthest thing from my mind. All what I'm doing now was the furthest thing to my mind. The only other thing that I was thinking of doing was an air hostess because I wanted to travel.
Okay.
But I didn't get the languages and all the things that I needed to get to be that bilingual secretary. And I don't know, I think that music found me, really. Music found me and has looked after me ever since.
Okay. So from doing the playing in a band, how did you
Yeah.
end up becoming the DJ? How did the DJ then come into play?
Well, how did that happen? Well, that happened because I used to frequent this club on a Thursday night with my girls. It used to be a bunch of girls of us, and we used to go down to the maze of Ronnie Scott's where Trevor Shakes used to play. He used to play there on his own on the bill, and that person would just play all night, and he was absolutely fantastic. He would just rock that room, never frightened of playing anything. It was just brilliant. So we went down there religiously,
Right.
and we became friendly with Keith MacDonald, who owned the Maze Club, which was above Ronnie Scott's.
I remember the
And
Maid Club.
yeah, that's right. And Keith MacDonald is the brother to Gary MacDonald.
Uh-huh.
You remember Gary? He used to act in EastEnders. Anyway.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, so I think he's in the States now. So anyway, one Thursday night, well, on a Thursday night, what he used to do, he used to give us money if we helped him wash the glasses because he didn't have a dishwasher.
See.
And I don't like washing up at the best of times. So what I used to do, I used to say, all right, you lot wash up and I will go and turn on back the set and entertain you and play some music. And they used to have like, the club would always have like a set of music of their own, like now they have CDs and tapes and stuff like that. So I would turn on back the set and I would play the music that was in the cupboard and mess about on the mic and joke with people and stuff like that. And that became the ritual every Thursday night. And
that was your training. That was you actually training and not knowing that
I didn't know.
Getting yourself ready.
Seriously, and I think it was my boyfriend at the time who said, you're really good at this. You're a bit of a natural. Because there's only like probably about 8 or 5 or 10 of us left back in the club on a Thursday, just helping to tidy up. And he was like, yeah, you're really good at this. You're a natural. So anyway, we went to Keith and said to him, would you give us a Wednesday night? which he said yes. So we printed the flyers, invited everybody. They turned up. The place was rammed. And I was playing reggae at the time. And I'll never forget when it was my time to come on, because I'd teamed up with a guy called Robert. And I looked out into the crowd, selected my record. I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I could not steady my hand. It was like this. I had to go like this and literally drop the needle on the record. And where it landed is where it landed, because I couldn't
Did you have to put a halfpenny on top of it just in case to stop it from
like a sound man? Well, you know, that was to come. We may have had an halfpenny on that set, but I don't remember. But you know, it was probably 2 pence or a penny by that time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I played the first record. And I got a forwards, and you know what I mean? And ever since that, I was like, well, I looked at it when everybody started going mad. I thought, oh my God, I made them do that. Yeah. I made them enjoy that record. Do you know what I mean? So, and then from there, another club owner, I think it was Olivia and Rose in Earl's Court, came up to me and asked if I'd play at their club on a Saturday night. So me and Robert played there, and then we got asked to play somewhere else. So everywhere I went, I was being asked to play. And the rest is history. Yeah.
So because the thing is that you're now stepping into the world that belongs to men. Because how many other female DJs did you come across around then?
Well, at the time, I can't say that I saw any, you know, but, you know, the thing is, it's like, I don't know if I'm blind or anything like that.
I think you're blind. I honestly do. Because it's like Antigua is saying right here, Elayne, don't downplay your achievement. Not many black females got gigs you have had over the years. You've been you don't see it because you're just doing it.
That's what I mean. I am literally just doing it. So... I do remember one girl, though, when I was outside.
Was she shit?
No, she was female. Was outside the Hippodrome handing out flyers. And it was our own promotion. And this girl came up to me and she said, oh, let me see your flyer. So I showed it to her. And she said, oh, who's DJ Elayne? So I said, me. Yeah. So she said... She said, I wouldn't waste my time, love, white girl. I wouldn't waste my time, love, because if there are any gigs to be got for female DJs out here, they will always call me. Do you know it took me years to even remember what her name was? Right? Because who was she? Yeah. And on the same night, Tim Westwood was out there handing out his gigs as well. And was he pushing a pram at the time with some little kid inside of it? What was he doing? You're terrible. No, he wasn't. Mind you, he was a lot younger then, so he was probably amongst his age group. He could have pulled them the girl never come. You know, I was young then. Yeah. But he was really cool. He came up to me, asked me the same question. Let me see your flyer. Who's DJ Elayne? It's me. And he was like, you know, baby, you've just got to keep going. It's tough, but, you know, credit to you. You've just got to keep going. And he just really, really gave me a different kind of energy to my fellow female, you know. So, so he was actually quite encouraging. Yes, he was. He's always been. He has always been. Yeah. Okay. Tim, man. Can't knock Tim. Yeah. And the other thing that I quite like about you is you're constantly it's like you constantly reinvent. You're always reinventing yourself. I don't go out deliberately or plan to do it. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. It's like, you know, if I see something need doing, then I do it. If I have an idea and it works in my head, then I'll give it a go. You know, my motto is the only thing that we have in life is this very moment that we've got right now. So this moment that we're sharing now, and all the people that are viewing, thank you very much for tuning in. This is all we've got. whether you're rich or you're poor, this is all we've got. We could drop down in the next minute. You know what I mean? So my philosophy is whatever you're doing at that time, do it and enjoy it, and do it to the best of your ability,
Do
because
it
that's
well.
all you've got. Do it well. Yeah, that's all you've got.
Yeah, because what I'm finding quite interesting, especially in this period of time now of COVID and lockdown, that's what people seem to be finding. They seem to be finding their real talent or their hidden talent, because they've had to find other things to do.
Other things to do. I'm absolutely loving it. Honestly, it's like, I feel sorry for some people who are on their own and maybe have a disposition. Going through that COVID thing
Mm,
was scary.
mm,
It was scary, and I think I'm sensible. And I say that because, you've got the news, which I call a daily dose of fear. Then you've
right.
got all of these videos that were coming through, and man, I dropped down dead in our street, and
Mm,
maybe some people's lost their relatives to it. And, there's so many conspiracy theory. But it seemed like all at once, since the Don't Rush Me series,
mhm.
no, the Don't Rush,
Don't rush. Yeah.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Since that, I think the whole world decided to make their own television studio. I've seen, don't quote me on names because I don't know the names, but I've
Okay.
seen footballers showing you
Yeah.
how they cook.
Yeah.
Even one of my favourite, Kevin Hart, there ain't
Uh-huh.
anything he ain't done
That's
on
true.
camera since this COVID. We've
That's true.
seen us pop. I saw one with him and one of our actresses, and honestly, I watched it so much because it popped me down. And she was, I can't remember, what's her name now? She was at home. Kevin called her, and she looked a complete mess. But she this is an act, right? And she's going, "Oh, I'm going mad. I'm going mad." And Kevin's going, No, you're not mad. She's like, "No, but look at me." And he's going, "Yeah, you look beautiful, man. You look beautiful." I'm sorry, I'm not thinking
Oh
about it
no.
again. But
Oh no.
the thing is, it was that they were doing all these sketches, and you can see people's natural talent. Do you know what I
Talent coming
mean?
through.
And
It's
people's
coming through.
cooking, people's mending things. And the thing as well, what I loved is you saw the family together, from the grandmother to the baby, and they're all doing dance routines. There used to be a time when you was at home and you
Mm.
didn't have the kids didn't have entertainment in their room. They had to be doing
They were the
what the
entertainment. The
family,
kids used to be the
they were the
entertainment.
entertainment.
That's
Sing, let
right.
me give you a poem.
Yeah, they
Or you'd
used to
be
be the
playing
entertainment.
Monopoly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sing for me now,
Yeah,
dance
yeah.
for me, and you get beer fit. You know what I mean? They were the entertainment. So it's come full circle. And, actually, people are really enjoying their homes. The amount of people that are saying their house is spotless now. Or, do you know what I mean? They've meant that broken door, or, But the sad part is, you hear about the domestic violence, you hear
Yeah.
about the divorce rates and stuff like that.
But then
And
at the
that's
same
why.
time, I mean, we've got Trevor there, who's proof that a marriage can actually last if you put the work in. Because I mean, his dad. How old's your dad? 94.
94,
And your mum is,
85.
and they're still
Beautiful.
together. But I've got a few questions here for you.
Go on.
Because I know you're explaining stuff about what was going on with the COVID. But Denise is asking you, do nerves kick in before you start playing? Do the nerves still kick in or not?
Every time. It's just crazy. Even sitting in the green room waiting for you to come on, my heart was beating fast. Like, oh my God.
I saw you
Keepin,
jumping around in there. I saw the camera. I saw the thing drop on the floor a couple of times. I was looking at you going, "Oh my
that
God!"
was full to start with. I'm joking. Stop exaggerating about your sitting, dropping.
I could see it, man. It was all over the place, man.
I was tending to my grandchildren. I was giving them
Okay.
some dinner, so I had that in my hand so that I don't miss what you was doing. So the camera was going, oh, I get you.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Oh,
So,
right, yeah.
so
I had it in
you're
the
a
picture with
grandmother.
me.
That's quite interesting. You're
Yeah.
actually you're a grandmother of how many grandchildren have you got?
I have two.
Mm.
One is 9 and the other one is 11. So they're over with me at the moment and they're upstairs doing something. They're a bit too quiet for my liking. But
Yeah,
my
when
babies.
they're quiet, that means that they're getting up to something.
They're up to something up
That
there. I
means
don't know
that
what it
them a
is.
pluck something. Yeah, just make sure.
I'm telling
Make
you.
sure when you go through one of the doors that there ain't a bucket on top of the door waiting for you to push it through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think they'd do that to their grandma because they know. They just know.
Well, I've heard you talk to them, and you talk to them like a grandmother.
I do exactly. Come here, Christopher.
Where you leave the buckle in the fridge like that, Pop? Wait.
Do that.
Hello.
This is
Hello, young man.
Christopher.
How you doing, Christopher?
He can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh, he can't.
He can't hear. Go on.
You got super
Hey.
hearing, haven't you, Christopher?
Hey, Christopher.
Hi.
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah.
Yes,
You being a
thank
good
you.
boy?
Yes.
Yeah, being a good boy for grandma.
He has been a good boy today. He
That's
wanted to
good.
get noticed, so he took the broom and started sweeping.
All right. That's the
That's
way
how
to
you-
do it.
That's
That's
how
the
you
way
get
to do
brown. That's how you get brownie points, my friend.
That's it. Do the work before you're asked.
Yeah.
That's
He
the
wanted
one.
chewing gum.
That's the key.
All right, so is he smiling? I can't see him because he's a
Nah,
serious
it's
one.
quite painful. Oh my god.
Okay, bye.
Bye, darling. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, son.
Yeah, Christopher.
There's another question that's popped up there for you.
Go on.
How did your Antigua radio gig come about, and how long have you been doing it? And will you be going back?
Yes, I'll definitely be going back. And I actually broadcast to Antigua every single day, Monday through till Friday. And I'm doing it for 1 hour at the moment, which is a pre-record. The plan is to go back. And when I go back, we'll extend the hours to 3 hours. I got the gig during lockdown. And because I was on the island, and you know, there's quite a few of us out there, isn't there? Because even Jazzy B from Soul to Soul. Anyway, hooked up with Anthony Brightly, and I was saying to him that I think it was January.
Yeah, because Anthony actually wanted to put on a festival out there, and then they had the hurricane. Because I went out there, and we did a recce of the various different places that we were going to put shows on, and then the bloody I don't know what the hurricane came along and just blew everything, mashed up the place, and everything just collapsed. So it's good to know that he's actually decided that he's going to go again.
Yes, well, I mean, the only thing that's left for them to do for Anthony out there is to give him the key to the city, because he is the man.
He's literally got the key to the city. He's got the key to the city.
The key to
literally.
The city. You know that. Well,
I'll tell you what impresses me about him. He's got about 90 flats. Did he show it to you? Has he shown it to you?
Are you talking about Buckley's Country Club?
No, I'm talking about he's got flats that if all of us decided that we wanted to go over there now, he could put us up.
It's called Buckley's Country Club. So at the moment,
all built up and everything.
Yeah, it's called Buckley's Country Club, and it's got like, you're right. It's like on this plot. It's like on this plotted land, and there's all these luxury apartments there, swimming pool, you name it. He's building or he may have finished now. I'm not sure. Building like a club as well, and he at the moment is putting together a series of events aimed at parents and grandchildren. So, you know, like myself, want to take my grandchildren on holiday, I could take them with me. Yeah, I could take them with me, and they'd be well looked after, and he would accommodate us as well for the music and food, and so he'd cater for both of us, cater for the grandparents and the children, which is a fabulous idea.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Maybe I could take my grandchildren out there.
Well, not maybe about it. You know, you can. You can. I think he's doing memberships as well.
Right. Do you remember this? Do you remember this picture?
That's the 291 Club. Yeah, that was after one of the shows. That's Miles Crawford and Tony Gully. Yeah.
Yeah, because Tony Gully was the Sandman.
Yes, he was a Sandman.
Yeah. He was the one who came out in a nappy, right, and took me off the stage.
Oh no way!
He took me off the stage in a nappy.
Oh my!
I got booed. I got mercilessly booed. There was no mercy for me whatsoever on that show.
Oh, I remember that now. But it's your fault.
Yeah, you remember now?
Yes, I do.
I'm glad you heard.
Because I asked you. Yeah, you said that I introduced you incorrectly, right?
You did.
No, I didn't. I
did.
remember this.
You
told me. Yeah, because I went to what I used to do. I used to ask all the contestants before they came on stage, what would you like me to say about you? And
I thought you told me. I thought we was having a because I told her that I did Eddie Murphy work, yeah?
Yeah,
I told you I did Eddie Murphy work. But you introduced me as that. And them lot was expecting me to come out and do that. And I had no intention of doing that. And when I came on, them lot were like, he looked not like Eddie Murphy. He doesn't look like him. Boo him. Give me a placard there. Give me a placard. Let me show the boy I can come off the stage because I don't look like him. And the next thing I know, Tony Gully is coming out dressed up in a nappy.
Well, I know what to get you for Christmas this year, Rudy.
Shut up, man. Listen, I'll kick you out the room, yeah? I'll tell you I was so I was like, no.
So is that the story you're handing in then? You told me.
I was having a conversation with you. I was having a conversation with you. And the next thing I know, my whole business is out there. Eddie Murphy thing and But you know, I'll tell you the beauty of that whole thing, yeah? Is that you brought back the 291 with Miles, yeah?
Yeah.
And your winner was Miss Morrill.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah? And standing next to her is Blair. Yeah?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And both of those two went through the comedy school that was set up by myself and Keith Palmer.
Oh right. Oh wow.
Yeah. So you've had an influence on my career, on their career, yeah. And not forgetting that it was you who introduced Curtis Walker when he did his first solo stand-up performance at the 291.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is lovely to know that I was a part of something like that and that, people remember me in their lives and that. But like I said, it was when the 291 came about, it was something that I started at the Oasis in Dalston.
Okay. Yeah. Talk the history. I think it's important.
Yeah. So I was on LWR doing the breakfast show at the time. And major record companies used to send us these beautifully packaged vinyl and that. Now, remember, major record companies weren't really meant to be serving us because we were pirates, but they knew that if we played their tunes, it would take off anyway. So I used to be inundated with all this stuff. And I would, forgive me, major record companies, but the truth is the truth. I would say 70% of it was just bull crap.
It was crap. It was rubbish.
They was just like Frisbees, really.
Right.
And so I used to, and the amount of money that they spent on the packaging as well. God. So I used to say to my audience, you know what? If they're short of talent, I could go down the road and find them some talent. I could just walk down the road and find them. And I said, better still, why don't I, and I said all of this on air, why don't I set up a talent night? And if I did, would you come? And them times we didn't have phone numbers. We had people had to write into our PO box.
Yeah, I remember PO boxes.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short, I went off to the Oasis, asked if I could have the club for a Saturday night, called the night midnight at the Oasis because I had it free all the way up to midnight, and after midnight you'd pay, and that's when I'd start the show as well. And you know, people like freeness. Within 2 weeks, the place was jam, completely jam packed.
But it would be jam because we didn't have anything them time there.
I couldn't believe how jammed it was.
Yeah, because when you think about it, right, Elayne, around them times, right, what we were doing was we were basically going into a room with darkness, and raving. Nobody was actually, we weren't actually being entertained. We were actually entertaining ourselves. Yeah. It was us and the DJs, yeah. Because that's why. What's the name of the bloody sound? There was the one sound that brought through Tipper Irie and all them lot.
Saxon.
Yeah, because them man them used to chat on the mic, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they could do that in the darkness, and everybody could hear it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we never ever really had people stand up on stage. Not Black British people stand up on stage to entertain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're right, you know, because I think the last talent show we had on television was probably Opportunity Knocked.
Right.
And New Faces.
Right.
And we hadn't had one since.
And that's when Lenny came about. That's how Lenny came.
That's right. That's right. I mean, again, I weren't thinking, oh, there are no talent shows, let me do one. I was thinking, let me build a stage so that I could showcase some talent.
Yeah.
So when it took off like that, I was like, oh my days. And I'd already had my format in place as how I got my contestants, how I auditioned them, you know, how I did the stage. It was just lateral thinking for me. And when that became too small, I took it to the West End. And when I took it to the West End, I can't remember who invited Beverly Randall down, but Beverly Randall came down, enjoyed it so much. And then she invited Charlie Hanson. Right. Charlie Hanson, I made him a judge.
Right.
And
because Charlie, at that time, believe it or not, Charlie Hanson was looking at Curtis and Ishmael.
Yeah, probably.
This was happening, because this was happening in Deptford. Because remember, you're on the music side of things, and we're talking about the theatre and comedy and everything coming together. Yeah,
right.
But this is how the whole circuit started to buzz. This is where the big buzz came from. Yeah, and the explosion was the 291 of all this energy and all this theatre, cabaret night. You get me? You guys coming out of the clubs and everything. Yeah, and then we started to hit the TV screens because it didn't take too long for you to end up in Top of the Pops.
This is true.
Yeah?
Yeah, Top of the Pops. Well, I mean, the thing is that when Charlie said to me that he's doing a what's it called? A variety show at the Hackney Empire, and would I make my talent search a part of it? Well, it would be rude to say no, you know. So I thought, yeah, why not? I mean, I hadn't thought of it like that, you know. So went off and did it. So I brought the talent quest, and they brought Curtis and all the comedians that you saw on and stuff like that.
That's right.
Because then Curtis and Ishmael was doing the warm up for the show, and it was just they were just hilarious. But all during that period, I didn't see the show because I was busy.
Back scene, at the back.
Round the back. Yeah. So you don't see it.
No.
And
but I will never forget it. I couldn't even walk down Harsden High Street without people calling me Eddie Boo. I swear to God, people go, "Hey Rudy," I go, "Wah." I go, "Boo, boo, you boo." When I used to go to Tabernacle, I used to get murdered. When I tell you I used to get murdered, that show crippled me for about 6 years. That show crippled me. The black audiences.
Was you on TV? Did they show you?
That was a TV one. Because remember, it was
a TV one.
Yeah, that was the first one out on TV. So
have to go look up that on YouTube now.
no, you can't find it. You can't find it. Yeah. I tear it down. Me tear it.
I might still have a copy here.
I
You
tore
see
it down, man. I swear to God. 6 years.
No
yeah?
such word. I'm going.
For 6 years. The moment I walked onto the stage and people recognized who I was, everybody automatically started booing.
So why do you think that was? Why was that?
It was a knee-jerk reaction.
Why?
Because it was what the show sold at the same time. The show, I mean, remember Miles went on to produce Cabaret, right?
Yeah.
And his motto was polish, don't demolish.
Yeah.
That's why that motto came up. Because when Cabaret first started, everybody brought the 291 mentality to the shows. Yeah. And it was like hard work, and it made it easy for the likes of Jefferson and Whitfield and all them, yeah, because they used to stand behind the curtain and go, I give Rudi about 30 seconds before they start. Right? And them lot would be round the back, you know what I mean, betting on how long is it going to take before the audience is going to start to boo. It was hilarious.
So what was the joke? Did you manage to get any jokes out at all?
Sometimes I used to be able to take about 3 steps onto the stage, yeah. Sometimes they would let me get to the mic, yeah. And then you would hear, give him a chance. And then go, boo. Like, no, man.
Elayne, you scarred him, man. You scarred him from day one.
I love you, scar him.
It was like a war. You scar me, man. You scar me.
Yeah, but you know what I like about what you're saying, though, Rudi? Because imagine the 291 tell you say you're not funny, but you still carry on. You go a cabaret, you go over there. So even up to the other day, me and you work together.
That's right.
Your skin tick like anything. Tick like anything. But the thing is, though, you are funny. You are funny.
God.
You know what I mean?
Okay. No, man. But you genuinely did open a lot of doors, and I know that you was blind to what you're doing, because as I said to you when we were talking, there was nobody in front of you, Elayne. You did not have the role models that the likes of the younger female DJs have now. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because
go on.
Yeah, because it was like going through a dark tunnel that nobody had explored before, and plus you were fearless. That's the other thing that gets me, is how fearless you were to do things.
But you know, the thing is that this is what I'm saying. It's like, I didn't think if I did this, I was going to be the first female DJ. I didn't think that at all. I just thought, I've been told that I'm good at this and I sound good on the mic. Do it. I didn't think that I was setting into a male-dominated arena. That, you know, even back then when people used to come to me, promoters used to come to me and they used to say, you know, they're putting on this all-female gig. Would I do it? I'd say no.
No, of course.
Because, you know, I'm not a gimmick. You know what I mean? I'm a DJ first who happens to be female. So I'm just looking at the job and I'm just doing it. If I was
just doing it,
I'm just doing it. I'm just looking at the job. I'm just doing it. It doesn't.
But why? Sorry,
hold on there, Rudi. You see, why I agree with you, Elayne, right? And I'd say just keep doing you. That's exactly what I do. I mean, I've been playing sound system for over, probably coming up 30 odd years, 35 years probably. And I've had other DJs, you know, you get that, you feel the stab in the back. You know, but to me, you know what? It don't matter to me, you know. I'm doing what I'm doing. You go and do what you're doing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the people are going to decide who they want to go and listen to.
Exactly.
And one of the reasons why people are hanging around, right, with Elayne is because you're guaranteed a good night. You know what I'm saying? There's no messing about.
That's why, Rudi, you are not finding those sort of pictures on my on my occasion. Yeah? Trust me, there's quite a few of them about, but not on social
Listen,
media.
mate, listen. I let slide quite a few of yours without Trevor. I let go quite a few of yours. So
that's actually in Grenada. When I went
Okay.
to Grenada, when I was on Jerry Bascom's station, it was my birthday, and I thought, let me go to Grenada and see what it's like. And of course, that's Sarah Moore, who was my manager at the time. And so that was a night of my birthday, and we just went bar hopping, man. And I said, let's just lay down here as if that's it, KO. Because I've been posting all day on social media. But we weren't really drunk. That was just effects.
no, that's you lot just chilling out. I can see that you lot just chilling out. But
just messing about, yeah.
yeah, but the bottom line is though when you have a good time, people around you tend to have a good time too.
Yeah, that's
You
the
know?
whole. That's the thing. Yeah, yeah.
And that's quite a special thing to be able to carry. I mean, it's. I mean, you talking to me only the other, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Sunday, yeah.
Sunday, and you said to me, just be consistent. You didn't even know that you was actually, you know what I mean, mentoring me at the time. You saying just be consistent and do what you do, but be consistent is what you said to me.
Oh,
you know
right.
what I mean?
See,
And then people will catch on to what you're doing, and that they will follow you. You know.
Yeah.
And so, without even trying to be a mentor or trying to be or realizing what you do help people move forward in a lot of ways. You do it.
Thank
you
you.
do it. And it's one of the reasons why I just said I had to get hold of you at some point. I mean, even though at the time when I did call you, I think I was in Portsmouth when I called you and asked you to do the show. And what I appreciate is that you didn't give me a fucking hard time. Because I'm telling you, because there are a lot of people. It's funny, you know, that a lot of the artists or people that I meet who are doing relatively well are the most helpful, and they are very humble. It's like we had Tipper on this show not too long ago, and when you talk to Tipper, for the kind of profile and the kind of thing that he's done around the world, you'd actually think that you're talking to your friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He doesn't. There's no airs or graces with him in that, and I think that's what makes him approachable, and that's what makes people gravitate towards him. And I think that's the same thing that's happened to yourself. But one of the things that I'm gonna say it because I just want to actually is that I'm really happy that you and Delroy are sorted out. Because,
You're such a troublemaker. I saw your post. Your post. I cracked up laughing.
Yeah, I'm really happy, really happy.
Thank
because
you.
The both of you are inspirational to a lot of the people who are on the circuit, and the both of you are responsible as a combination. The two of you actually working together. But what I really appreciated tonight is that people can see how our entertainment history has been constructed, or why it was constructed, and the way that it came together so organically. But you know what I mean? It weren't a case of right, we need this part, we need this part. It kind of like came together, you know?
Yeah, definitely. The seed was planted, and I guess, like I said, my focus was showcasing talent. And when you are focused on something, then that's what you're focused on. You're going to be doing research. You're going to be doing everything to get the best for that particular venture then. So the parts just came together. I think I'm not quite sure in which order, but then we had Miles, then we had Tony Gully, and then Delroy Murray, and we just all sort of slotted into our own kind of areas.
Role.
In that role, and we just like you said, it just before you know it, we was just a quartet that worked, that really worked.
But we couldn't invite Trevor because Trevor, you know what I mean? Can't invite that boy, like, can't do that, you know what I mean? That
That was one of my
man. I get
birthdays.
lean. There's
That was one of my
there's a
birthdays,
worse
mate.
one. I know
Hey.
there's another one in there. If I was to go and dig it out now, you know,
Let me tell
where
you
you're
something.
busting through the door, you can see that he's half drunk. You know what I
Let me
mean?
tell you something. Right? Let me tell you something.
His shirt
Yes.
open.
Yes, back in the day when I was young, I used to drink hard. Yeah? that was turkey. That was turkey.
Yeah, with
Yeah?
the belly all over the place.
Yeah? That was turkey. And you know what? I was living life at that time. I don't care. So yeah, let it hang out.
Oh,
Who-
you were naked. You're showing us naked bodies.
No, Elayne, not naked, topless.
Oh, okay.
So you're asking who was Delroy? Denise is asking who was Delroy Murray. Delroy Murray was in charge of the musical side of what was going on.
He was the MD, the music. Hi, good evening, Facebook. You know we gotta go live. We're having a DJ meeting for Street Sounds, and look on my phone. Look on my phone. Yeah. Say nothing. Say nothing.
That was Delroy Murray. That was Delroy Murray. Delroy Murray was in the pit. When we were doing the 291, he was in the pit playing the orchestrating the music. Yeah, he was the guy.
So
who put the
Delroy
music
Murray, Delroy Murray, I think, carried on doing the 291 club after it
Down
left
at Gold
television.
Angles.
Yeah, that's right. So, but yeah, it was nice to see Daryl again. Yeah.
No, it was beautiful to see the two of you. That's why she was going, say nothing, because the whole industry was mashed up. It was everybody was in turmoil. It was like everyone was going, I don't want to pick a side, you know. I don't want to pick a side. I like DJ. I like Joey. They did this. They did that. We can't pick a side. We can't. And then for her to go and put that on Facebook, it's like saying, and then she goes, say nothing. She's like, shut up, mind on the business. That's what she's telling everybody. She's telling everybody to mind their own business. We're cool. It's nothing to do with you. Lot. The two of them had it in public.
Well,
It was a public thing, they had.
That's right. It don't concern nobody.
Yeah,
That's right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen at home, could you please get your final questions in for DJ Elayne? Right, she's got a grandson that she's got to look after, right? And we know that Trevor here, he am working in the morning? You working in the morning?
No.
Oh, so you're good then. You're good to go. You're good to go.
I'm good to go, mate.
Okay.
I might actually be talking to my son later on out in America.
Oh yeah, tell us about your son. Tell us what he's doing and what he does. Please tell us.
Well, he plays football. He's out in America on a soccer scholarship. That's what they call it. So he's been out there 4 years. He should have actually finished his scholarship last year, May, but he decided to do an extra year, improve his degrees. So he's doing a degree in sports science and business management. And
what is the name of your son?
TJ.
You lazy motherfucker. The reason why I'm saying that, that's his name, you know. That's his name.
Yes. His name is Trevor.
He couldn't even give his son his own name. Right?
Trevor Jr.
He gave him Trevor Jr. You lazy little thing. You couldn't even pick up the Bible and you could have found a name and get a boy. You know what I mean? But no,
Yes,
you give him your name. You give him your name.
And you know what? He's doing my name proud.
No, I think he's doing everybody proud, to be honest with you, bro.
He's doing very well, man. He wants to be a footballer, so that's his dream. If not, he's got other avenues he can go down. So, and he will do well in anything he does, man.
Okay, well, take a look at the young man who scores the 2 goals. On the board. Look at that, Dad! I scored a goal. Look at that, Dad! I scored a goal.
That's my boy.
Dad, I scored a goal.
And you know what? Their college games, they stream them live, so I'm up at all hours at night watching them. So yeah, brilliant. Lovely, man.
You see how he's feeling?
Yeah, you can't talk about my son and I don't be, man.
No,
that's
I must admit.
That's my shining light, man.
They actually come like best friends. If you actually go to say, they actually seem like. Whereas my children, I'm not their friend. I'm their dad.
Don't get it wrong. My boy still knows who's in charge. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, he knows who's in charge. Daddy still run things.
So what are you like at home then, Rudi Lickwood?
Oh, I'm terrible.
Are you funny? Are you funny?
No,
or are you just
no. Far
straight
from
face.
It. Straight face. It's not until it's only. You know what? I actually switch on when I get on the stage.
Right.
I switch on because I don't like being on 24/7. I think it's too much hard work.
Yeah.
It's too much hard work. I mean, there are comics who can do it, but I can't. I just don't. No. And like
You're
when I do my
serious.
I'm a very serious person all round, in truth. But I tend to switch the comedy on and off.
Yeah.
I see it as that's my work. That's what I do for a living. So when I go up to do it, then I give it 110%. But when I come off,
any of your kids, are they funny? Can you see a comedian in any of your kids? Do you look at that and think that was actually funny?
No.
They got lip? Are they?
No, they got lip. They can chat. Don't get me wrong. I mean, them can chat, man. Both of them can. All of them can chat. All of them can chat. I mean, my daughter has actually come out with her own brand of cosmetics. Yeah, that's what she spent her time doing.
How old is she?
During the lockdown, she's 20, so she's a Coventry University, studying international business. Because looking at the way the world is going, and for our kids, I just don't. I don't want her to find a job and be just about broke. I'm not able for that.
Just over broke. No, definitely.
Yeah. So it's always about encouraging them to use that entrepreneurship. But it's great when I come across people like Trevor, who I can see who's mentoring the kids and filling them with not with just the football side of things, which is very important, obviously, but skills that's going to help them in life as a whole.
I mean, at the end of the day, Rudi, I have that experience. You know, we have that experience.
Right.
You know, so I don't see the harm in putting it to the youngsters and telling them, look, if you want to, because they all want to be footballers.
That's true.
If you want to be a footballer, this is what is involved. Okay. You have to do so and so. You have to do this. And if you don't do them, you're never going to achieve your dreams that you want.
Right. Well, I think everything has got some sort of discipline in it, and I think that's why I think it's fantastic that you guys add that, because when I was listening to the podcast, and there was no mentioning no names, there was children that you guys would highlight or that you guys would spot, and you could sense and see that they were having difficulties at home, and you guys don't hesitate. You actually do not hesitate to step in without bringing in social. You guys don't involve social. You guys actually. There was some as I was listening, that if it meant that you lot had to supply them with a meal, you lot used to supply them with a meal. They needed trainers, you lot would sort them, and that's a beautiful thing to know, you know. Whereas I know that there are certain football clubs out there, and it's just about the football, and then the moment the kids leave, that's it.
That's it. It's all finished. Yeah,
it's all finished. You know,
for me, for me, it goes on once you're in our control for those couple of hours. It lasts until you get home. Because
Okay.
even if there's a kid there and their parent hasn't come to pick them up, I mean, I've taken kids home
Right.
in the
Right.
past, just to
Right.
make sure that they get home. Because I don't want to be sitting at home one day and hear one of the kids that are at our football club has been in some kind of trouble on the news. No. That would kill me. That would kill me.
But then the thing
so,
is that I'm not sure what's happened to DJ Elayne, to be honest with you, Denise and everybody at home. I think either electric must have run out. You know what I mean? That maybe she's doing a job at the moment. She just about broke, so she can't really start out the electric key. I don't know. Hopefully she will. She'll plug back in. Because as you can see, that I'm actually overrunning because I thought that I mean, we haven't really even touched what Elayne has done. Working for EMI and all the other things that she's really done, but even I was quite amazed to hear just the backstory of how she got round to coming to the 291.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's like everything sort of like came into that small space, and from that small space in Hackney, that is where we will then start to see the likes of oh my God, right on the tip of my tongue. Well, basically, that's when the posse and all of them lot started to kick off.
Started coming, yeah.
Yeah, because then them lot started traveling up and down the country
Well, it's
in the theaters.
It's like she said, when she first started, she was just actually playing music to clean up to.
I hear that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's where it started from.
Yeah, and that's a great story to actually hear.
Yeah.
That it always starts like that.
Like myself in the music thing, I started from when I was 10 years old, standing up around my brother's sound.
10
years old.
What are you doing out on the street at 10 o'clock?
I was with my brothers. I had 3 older brothers, mate. You know what I mean? So I was 10 years old. Moonshine Club on Victor Road.
Oh, okay.
Friday night, because I used to live on Victor Road.
Is that where you lived?
You used to live, yeah. That's where I grew up.
That's where all them teeth that come from, innit? I know that road. They're well, man. I know that.
That's right. You're lucky I never get round to your yard. By then, I've started becoming a good boy.
Okay. Hold on, mate. Hold on. Hear this now. You need to pay us overtime. It's the other way round, Jules.
Jules, aren't I worth it?
Isn't it? You know what I mean?
I thought I'd have been worth it, mate. You haven't even heard the half of it yet, darling.
We should be paying her. How ridiculous is that? Oh my God. Denise is saying, don't bother, she gone. Yeah, I don't know what's happened, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know what's happened. But I really have enjoyed tonight. It was really worth putting this show together. Thank you very much for joining me, Trev.
You're very welcome, Rudy. Anytime, sir. Anytime.
Much appreciated. And
love to the people there, man. Love you all. Trust me. Love you all, man.
Trevor, you come like L'Oreal. Oh, is it really? Is it really? Darling, him say.
That's all right. I'll be anybody's darling right now.
Okay.
Jules, I had good practice. 94 years of experience, my darling. That's all I would say.
It was good to see Astrid in the room as well. I saw Astrid was in the room tonight as well. She's doing some stuff at the moment, man. I should get her back to let everybody know that she's got a book out. She's got a couple books out as well, which is really, really good. So she's pushing through. But
and I'm going to be looking for some sponsorship for when I start my first team up again at AFC Wembley.
Okay, I'm feeling that.
It's an expensive business, trust me.
I'm feeling that, man. Really well put together show, Rudy. Well done. Thank you, Pat. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And to play us out tonight, I think I would have played it out with where's she gone? She's not here. So seeing as she's not here, I can't play it out. I can't play it out.
Another woman who's left you.
Innit? Story of my life, mate. Story of my life. But what I'm gonna do to play us out tonight is I'm gonna throw up your promo. Thank everybody for tuning in. Much appreciated. Oh, Astrid, you're still here. Oh, wicked girl. Look at her head. Look at her head. Can you see her head? Just cut her hair off. That was all for her mum. Brave the shave, she calls it Brave the shave. Yeah, but I think maybe not this Saturday, Astrid. If you're not busy next Saturday, it'd be great if you came on the 15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood to play the yes no game for one. Right, Trevor, you're going to be joining us for the yes no game on Saturday. Am I correct?
Yeah, I will be there.
So Trevor will be there. DJ Elayne will also be there. I'd like to have you there next week, Astrid. Yeah, we can talk about the book. We can talk about the funds that you're raising as well. But to see us out tonight, we're going to leave with the good works of yourself, Trevor.
Thank you.
Try and cater to the community as best we can.
And as you can see, the support from all the coaches here, we all have one vision.
When you develop the mindset, what you're doing is you're developing a person that can be successful.
Trevor used to say, Trevor Hartley, you bend a tree when it's young. What happens with a lot of them is they're wasting their time, a lot of it, doing the stupidness on the road before they get in the sense. So if we can get them early, we can hopefully push them in the right direction.
From here, a lot of the boys look at it and they say, oh, I can achieve that. Football's at our heart. Doing right by all the kids that are here is paramount. So for us, it's a win-win scenario, really and truly. Really a win-win scenario in that we get to do what we love, which is coaching. The kids get to come out and play football, and parents, it's slightly easier on their pocket.
We love looking after young people and just basically helping them in their football development. The academies look after all the senior kids, all the elite kids, and we look after everyone else.
The conveyor belt of talent coming from North West London isn't as frequent as South, West, East and North. So when we do have success stories, it's important that we use those as reference points to the younger people to make them know that where we come from, we can make it.
This is where I'm comfortable. This is what gives me the most joy, watching them not being able to kick a ball, and then 6 months later they're able to do things they never envisioned them doing.
A lot of people focus on the footballer, and then when the talent doesn't manifest in the way that the coach may like it, goodbye. For us, no, that's the beginning.
It's giving back to the community. I've been working for the community all my life, and this is a big part of it, just giving back.